So welcome back to another video, my fellow developers, and in this video we are going to see how can we use spread operator and what's the difference between the normal reference and the spread operator in JavaScript. So what I have done here is basically I have an index.html file which contains some basic HTML, okay, which has an h1 which says open up the console and the code tag basically, and I have reference to the script.js file here. So if we take a look at the HTML, I mean the ready page, so open up the console, nothing else. Okay, you can open up the console with these shortcuts, or you can say inspect. Okay, nothing else. Let's minimize this. So I have the console opened up here with dock to a separate window, and that's the thing. Okay, what else do we need? So we can close out index.html, we don't need it. Oops, I closed that out, so that's fine. Okay, now what we are going to see is the spread operator. So let's add a comment, spread operator. Let's hit save. Nothing is going to happen because we just added a comment. Now spread operator is basically the three dots that you see before name of an array. Okay, so let's create an array. So if I say let names is equal to an array of names, okay, so let's say Max. If I say Melvin, let's add one David. Okay, so we have three names basically, nothing else. I've saved it, so it added a semicolon, nothing else. So names. Okay, if I say console.log the names, let's hit save and let's take a look. So what do we have here? We have three names. I mean three items in this array. I'm sorry, Max, Melvin and David. Okay, so we get this array when we console.log names. Now what if we console.log dot names? Let's hit save. You'll see we get Max, Melvin and David. That's not an array. Okay, that's basically it's picking up the items and then it's displaying that to you. Now if I add square brackets, let's hit save, then you get the array, and that's the thing. Okay, so basically if you wrap this spread operator and the array name with square brackets, you will get an array as your output. Okay, so let's create a new array. Okay, so I'm going to say let let's see, let should be other names that will be equal to, and I want to basically duplicate this array. So basically what people do is say names, and then if we console.log the other names, this will work fine. Okay, this will give us the same output, but we want to use the spread operator. Okay, so what you can do is you can just say square brackets and then add a dot before it, and let's hit save. You will get the same output, but that's not what we are focusing in this video. We are focusing, if you want to, if for example let's say this array is a constant, let's hit save. Okay, there we go, we get the names. Okay, and it's constant, so it is a different color than let. So we have this. Okay, just focus here. Now if I want to add something to this array and store it in this variable, what we do or people do basically, I can say names dot and then we have the method. So if I say append, maybe this will work. It's push. Okay, so names dot push, and I can add, now as you can see we have spread operator here, dot items, and then this will be a string. So that's the thing. Okay, so if I add something like Max again, let's hit save, and you will see 4. Why do we get 4? Yeah, because we are pushing it, and that basically returns that, but that's not what we want. Okay, so if I do something like this, dot names or spread names, and then add a comma, and then if I say add Max 2, let's hit save. Let's see, now you see we have another we have a new item in here, Max 2. So what basically it does is it takes in the items of that array. So dot dot dot, what it does, it returns you the items of that array, not the whole array, okay, not in square brackets. It returns you the items of that array. So you are just taking those items and then adding the max to, so adding a comma and then just adding this item, okay, you're not using any method. So that's it for the other names. Now let's see if you're using this inside of a web framework, like inside of a JavaScript framework like React, Vue, or Angular. So this is used a lot. So what you can do now, for example, this syntax is used a lot. So you have a spread operator and then the array name and then comma and then a new item. So let's see a real world example. So if I say const, let's say what should we add, people. So const people will be equal to an object. No, this will not be an object, this will be an array of objects. This is amazing. Okay, so I can just add a name. I can say, for example, Max. I can add a comma, I can add age of 15. Oh, 15. Well, my name is not Max, if you are thinking. Okay, so age of 15, and yeah, that's it. Okay, let's now duplicate this by using Alt Shift down, okay, 2 times. So let's name this Melvin. Let's put any age, like let's put 25. Let's go here, let's add David, and let's say this should be 20. Now let's hit save. Nothing is going to happen. It's going to give us an error because we don't have commas here. Let's add a comma. So hit save. Nothing is going to happen because we just have this array of objects. Now if I want to add a new object to it, what you will do basically is create a new constant. I can say new person, new person is equal to an object. So that will be basically a template to your new that will be adding. Okay, so let's add the name, and I'm going to say let's say Harry, and let's add the age of 17. Okay, so this is basically a template that you will be adding. Okay, so you don't need to put this right there. Okay, so if I say console.log, and if I console.log the array, okay, so the array of dot 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 people, and if I add a comma, and if I say new person, let's hit save, what this will give us is a new array that will have 4 objects. So we have the name and age right here, we have the name and age here, and we have name, age here, and we have the name and age here. Okay, so what dot 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 people returns is basically the items of the array. So you have the items of the array right here, so the each and every object, and then you have this new object. That's it. That's what you use in JavaScript frameworks the most, and that's what we are going to do in our next video about React. So if it's uploaded, then I'm going to put that link up there in the cards and also in the end screen, so you will see how we use it inside of React. And that's it for spread operator. Okay, if you want more, I'm going to leave a link in the description for an article about spread operator so that you can read about it. And yeah, that's it. That it's very easy, just people get confused a lot, and yeah, I also got confused and I figured it out finally how to do it. And if you find it helpful, please leave a like, share to others who are just confused in spread operators, and finally, thanks for watching.